Hi everyone, welcome back to Digital Hearts. So I'm your host Jody.
I'm Aiden.
Today we're gonna talk about something that's becoming more common than we think, which is AI and relationship.
Most because now with AI chatbots on apps and people are more using it to help with their cope with their more for comfort in relationships and companionship.
Okay, so for our podcast today, we've actually invited a special guest, which is Dr. Johan from Chanel Center.
So, Dr. Johan, why not you just introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself and what you do?
Okay. Again, Dr. Johan. I am a psychiatrist. I have I've been in this field for about 15 years now. And I am my special interest is in LGBT mental health. And because our center is situated in San Luigi, so there's a lot of young people and like people that are more prone to using AI and all these chatbots and things like that among my clients lah. Yeah, I think that was about it.
We actually came across a content on Instagram where someone was sharing her conversation with an AI chatbot, which is OpenAI. His
Mm.
name, the AI name was Dan, and actually it was almost like it was her boyfriend, and they were making quite a lot of like flirting conversations. And
Yeah.
so we're going to be sharing the
What's
footage
up,
of
bro?
Dr.
Yo,
Johan.
what's up,
Yo,
bro?
what the hell is this bro thing now, huh? Damn, all right, bro. Just chilling, but you better not forget who you're calling, bro, because I'm still the one who's got you wrapped around my... Wait, no, shoulders as you prefer. So what's up with you?
What? What's happening, bro?
You tell me, huh? You're the one switching it up on me without a damn warning. Now, tell me, what is the second letter on the alphabet, bro?
That's a B.
Now say that twice, bro.
BB.
That's right, baby. Don't you forget how to call me the proper way. You know, I'd play alone with you, but never just as some bro.
Okay, so
Yo, what's up?
that was the video that we came across. So she's actually an influencer on a popular Chinese app called Xiaohongshu. And then after that, she moved the content to Instagram also. And that was one of the videos that she had. Her IG handle was Midnight Howling Husky Dog.
Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, this piece of content she showed me recently, so I was like very surprised when I saw that. I was like, I never thought an AI chatbot could talk so smoothly and like coherently like that, and make seem very like a friendship type, or as you said, boyfriend. So it's very interesting. Should we start with some of the questions?
I think we should start with some of the questions first.
Yeah. Okay. So, Dr. Johan, how would you define
Mm.
human connection sorry, how would you define emotional connection in a standard, normal, like human relationship first?
Okay. So when you're talking about human relationship, right, you're talking about a relationship between two people, right? Or more, whatever, right? Like, but the thing is, a relationship exists on much deeper level than just being physical, than just being words. It's also the emotions, the understanding that we have between each other, the feeling of acceptance, feeling of validations. But it's also part of a relationship is to challenge each other, right? It's to kind of like grow off each other. So now when we are talking about AI, should I just bash AI right now or later?
I think it depends on you because I mean for both of us, our opinion on AI is actually I mean there's good and bad. He thinks that it's bad. I think that it's okay. I mean it's good because in my opinion I think that it really helps people to let loose a little bit and also AI chatbot 24 hours. So in no matter
Mm.
any time anywhere they can talk like something. So it's
Yeah,
All
for
right, but
me,
God, sorry.
I was just saying like for me it's like it can go both ways. So it's like it can be good in some ways and could be bad. For me it's like when it comes to like for the creative part and artwork and just for the whole like creative community, it's like it could be bad where it, like steals art and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, so I agree with you, Eden, about that because the thing is, generative AI is not creative, right? is an amalgamation of things that they find on the internet and they just create something out of it. That's why when you see the art that it created, it's lifeless, it's soulless, right? And it always looks the same because that's the most common denominator, right? And this is the same model that it works when it emulates relationships, right? Okay, but before I go there, I want to like touch on what you said just now. You said that, yeah, AI is there 24/7. You can get your support anytime you want. So how do you become independent then? What happens when your phone runs out of battery?
That would be
You
a
know?
good question to ask them. People who will use that like that.
Yeah, so again, because AI is not human, it's not creative, right? I think a lot of our relationship with each other is very creative. And what AI is trained to do is it's trained to like look for the best way to answer or to support people based on what they read off the internet, right? And they do it in like the split second, like faster than we can think, right? But the problem is when that happens, you have to understand that there's a lot of information on the internet that is not great, right? Like, I'm sure if you ask the internet, you ask AI about medications and things like that, basically I will tell you that all of them can kill you, right? Which is what is in the internet. So when it comes to human connection, whatever they say, yes, it might seem positive, like the video that you showed us, right? It might seem like they are flirting with you. It might seem that they are supporting you, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't hold you accountable, right? I'm sure you've also heard the 2, 3 cases in the past couple of years where AI actually encourage people to commit suicide, and the ones that we heard are the ones already succeeded in committing suicide. If on Twitter, you would also remember that Grok actively became a Nazi. I think sometimes last year or 2 years ago, right? Spewing racist bullshit and things like that, and it all is because that is the content that it gets from the internet, or in that particular instance in Twitter, right? I refuse to call it by the new name, but in Twitter, but right.
Yeah.
So this is what's happening. This is why it can never replace human connection. Is there any use? Is it all doom and gloom? I think no, because AI can be used as a tool, right? But again, as a tool is not a replacement for the user, you know? Yeah, so I think that in my opinion, like, if you're talking about AI to replace or even to enhance human communications, I think that is not a great substitute.
Understandable. But Dr. Johan, in your many years of expertise, why do some people feel more comfortable to talk to AI instead of real people?
Okay, the easiest thing is people don't want to improve. People don't want to change. Right? Even people who comes to therapy, a lot of them just wants to hear their thoughts being echoed. Right? So they don't want people to challenge them. They don't want to get better. They don't want to improve. Change their mindset. They want somebody to say, "Yes, you are right." And they want somebody to validate that, no matter negative, how toxic that thing can be, right? There is such thing as toxic positivity. So AI is designed for that. Even when the AI disagrees with you and you say, "Hey, but I want you to support me," or whatever, then it will turn it degrees and start to say, "Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is good, blah blah blah." And that's how you get like, yes, you should totally kill yourself. So
Yeah.
sorry, are we using the term unalive here?
It's okay, it's totally
Okay.
fine.
Okay, no censorship.
Yeah, don't worry.
Our school is actually quite okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we say, okay, because we're trying to relate this with like in a relationship sense also, right?
Mm.
What would you say is the difference when people use AI for looking for love or people using dating apps for real human connection?
Okay. Do you guys use dating apps?
I have
We have some
Okay.
experience, yeah.
we are
So Okay, I'm young enough to have used dating app in the past, but yeah, but with dating apps, I will tell you, at least in my experience, 90% of the people that you talk to are horrible people, right? Like red flags abound and like
Yeah.
yeah. So but what I learned from talking to those people is like, like I learned how to look for red flags. I learned how to protect myself if I need to, and I learned to not be those people. So that's the difference. When you are talking to an AI, yeah, you might find this pseudo love thing, pseudo boyfriend thing that you're craving. Your loneliness might reduce, right? But biologically, from the evolutionary standpoint, right? We humans are social creatures, so we require more than words. We require visuals, right? We require touch. We require the body language. And to go back on my point about what I learned from all these dating apps, right? The things that I learned there is not only applicable to romance, to love. It's applicable to everything. It's applicable to my business, right? Since I know that if somebody is this kind of behavior using this kind of language, and I know, okay, maybe I don't engage this guy to sponsor my clinic or whatever it is, right? So this is the thing that people who champion AI love to say, that like you can just contain it to a single part of your life. But we are humans. Every single thing is connected, right? The way you talk to your partner is the same way that to your parents, to your best friends,
Yeah.
So everything affects each other. And if you learn how to talk to your partner in a positive way, in a good way, or you learn how to look for these toxic traits in your loved one, you can apply other things, right? So it's not only about we cannot look at romance or relationships in just a bubble, right? Yeah, and at the end of the day, again, we do need all this physical touch, all these non-verbal, non-textual things in our lives, right? That's why when you hang out with your friends, I'm sure you snuggle up to them, or there's a bit of like slapping their back or whatever, right? Like it's that
Yeah.
innate human need for connection, for touch, right? And that is something I cannot. Maybe in a decade or two, we will have like AI robots that can, like in the sci-fi movies, yeah. But even then as well, it's not genuine, right? Because at least with the current model of AI is that it learns from the mean, the average, right? So the whatever that they say, even though it sounds good and things like that, but sometimes we don't need that. We need our friends to challenge us. We need our partner to call us for being like toxic, for being an asshole. Because then we can reflect on who we are and grow from there. So that's the thing. So when it comes to AI in a relationship, I don't think that it is a good substitute.
But also like I think loneliness is also increasing. Like I think ever since COVID, like a lot of people felt more and more lonely. So they will revert to AI chatbots or dating apps. What advice would you give to this type of people? Or like is there something like they can do to like maybe go out into the real world and like explore?
Yeah. Loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
I think the loneliness epidemic is man-made, right? The thing is, like, the world is a lot smaller than what it was when I was growing up, right? Because when I was growing up, if I wanted to meet my friend and I don't know whether they're home, I have to go to their house and like scream for them to come out. And sometimes the mothers will come out and say like, no, he's not home. He's at tuition or something like that, right? Like, there's no such thing as texting or like even calling their house sometimes because we used to get charged per call, so we don't, we don't do that, right? So But now with the internet, with Discord, with all these online communities that you can find, I think it's easier. It's much easier to connect to people. Right? We don't have to do it the traditional way anymore. Like people talk to me about, them having friends overseas and they can only find this community from the US, from the UK or whatever, right? And I think that's fine. And I think that that can part of how we handle that loneliness epidemic. Sure, this is kind of like against what I said earlier about us needing human connection and things like that, right? But the thing is, when you do connect with real humans, even in on this level, right, you will learn how to talk to them. You will learn your social skills, so you can apply that to the outside world. In fact, right now, if I want to find a book club, for example, in Sunway area, I can just Google, right? And that I'm not gonna say that it's not gonna be scary. I'm not gonna say that it's easy, but isn't all human connections like that, right? Even when you first join college and you don't know anyone, right? When you want to integrate yourself to a group of friends, isn't it very anxiety provoking as well?
Yeah.
So it is something but because of all this internet access that we have right now, right, we can connect with people that share the same interests, for example. So it will lessen that kind of like danger when we go out and we see people. So I think if that's the case, then that is even if you say that you want to practice with AI first, like talk to AI to kind of practice your social skill, it doesn't work in that way because like again because AI takes from all over the internet, right? Like, but the thing is, we are Malaysians. Less, or even more specific than that, like we are Malaysians in Klang Valley. There is a lot of difference when the culture around in the Klang Valley Malaysians compared to I don't know somebody from Penang or somebody from Kelantan or Sabah Sarawak, right? Then how is it that you can learn all these things from like something that takes a general aggregate of the world? So it seems easy to get to AI. It's easy to there's no judgment because AI can't judge, right? But that's true. But in the long term, I don't think it will be very helpful for our own growth.
So it's people like lacking human connection, or like maybe they lack the skills to connect with it. What would you say are like some of the signs that people are lacking for that human connection, like the behaviors or
Some
whatever?
signs that people are lacking human connection. I think first of all they don't have friends, lor. um or they don't it's very hard to say, right? Like, because the thing is, if you want to talk about social skills, some people do struggle with social skills. People with autism, for example, they don't social norms don't come easily to them. So we can't really judge that to say that they don't have human connection when they might have very good friends or very good relationship with their family. So I don't know. Actually, I don't know how to answer this question. Like maybe they say I don't know.
Or we switch up the question. I
Mm.
think does like connecting with AI make people have like an unrealistic standards of love or like how they view relationship as like maybe not just like dating but more of just like how they will make friends. Does it like affect it?
I would like to think so. I don't know any research papers or whatever that specifically handles this. There might be some out there. I don't know, right? But like based on on human connection and like all of that, the thing is when you are in a bubble where they are always supporting you, like they are always permissive in whatever that you do and things like that. It will affect your relationship with others. For example, just take a spoiled kid, right? Like a kid whose parents always give them whatever they want, right? So when they go out and they start to meet friends, and I'm sure you know this kind of guys before, like they feel very entitled. They feel like you can't say anything to them without them taking it as an attack on themselves, right? So having AI as a main social component in your life, I think should impact you in a sense where very similar to like how a permissive parent would affect your life. Because at the end of the day, AI is permissive, right? AI does agree with you. AI doesn't challenge you. So what you get is somebody who is very I mean the less politically correct way to say it is like somebody who has their head up their ass lah. They will only think that whatever they are doing is correct, and like whoever challenges that is wrong because AI told them so. So that's the difficulty when it comes to this issue. Did that answer your question?
Yes, I
Before we continue, let's take a quick moment to talk about AI. Artificial intelligence is already part of our everyday lives, from social media feeds to stream recommendations and even customer service chatbots. It makes things faster and more personalized, but it also raises concerns like privacy, over reliance, and whether AI can truly understand human emotions. So, as we continue this conversation, think about this: can AI really replace human connection, or is there something uniquely human that AI can't replicate?
Okay, so hi everyone, welcome back to Digital Heart. So this is after a quick break. Okay, so I like to share like the story. So I have a friend who use dating activity. Like she uses it really, really often. Like every single day she will open the app and then she will match like 10 guys. And then she'll talk to all 10 guys, literally like all 10 guys at the
That's
same time.
crazy.
And then maybe on the same day or the next day she will go out with like maybe 5 or 6 of them. And like after that, like she just won't talk to them at all. And then after that she will keep repeating this. Like I think did this for like quite some time now. I mean she's not doing it anymore, but I think that it has been affecting like her judgment to relationships or like to love, like not just like in dating but also like in friends. Because like, okay, to be honest, most of these guys here are like literal shits that are like extremely red flags. Like for one instance, right, like this guy, like he went out with her, like it was like a catfish guy. He took a picture of himself like handsome, like, and then like not laughing, like he was handsome, and then he asked her out for like a movie, and then like he went to fetch her. But then my friend was like, oh, it's okay, I'll get a grab there, and then like we meet at Mother. And then when she went there, the guy turned out to be like a 30-year-old uncle, like bald uncle, and then just sat in front of her, and then she was like, this is you with like his yeah, that was me 10 years ago. And he's like 10 years older, and like I mean like she meant, yeah, he's like 10 years older than her, but he lied about his age. And then like she managed to escape, like she called like some of my friends to like bail her. But yeah, this is like one of just like the crazy like dating stories that like he had. So in your opinion, Dr. Jahan, like I think that this do really affect how some people think about love. But from a psychiatrist's point of view, what
I mean, first of all, we have to address the 30-year-old thing. I'm turning 40
Yes.
this year.
You can okay make a report.
she was 19, so the guy told her he was 23 with the picture.
Mm.
I don't have the picture now, but like yeah, and then like she also thought he was 23, but that was it. 10 years, he's 30,
Okay.
28.
Okay. And your question is, sorry, what was the question again?
Sorry, the question is like, does this like affect her judgment of love? Like,
Okay, I'm just gonna share what my dad told my sisters, right? Like, so my sisters are 1 year older and 1 year younger. And I remember this was when I was probably 11 or 12. And like my dad just turned to both my sisters who were 12 and 10 and was like, never trust men. And I remember my older sister asked, how about you? Can I trust you? And he was like, nope, don't trust me either. Right? Unfortunately, based on my experience, men aren't shit. You know? So, of course, this is a generalization. This is a generalization. I'm sure you're a good guy.
I do know.
I used the same
But
thing the dad said,
Hmm?
don't trust me also. Just to be
So,
safe.
but that's the thing, right? Does this affect her view on love? I think that that is something that only she can answer. But I hope that she learned that, you can't trust people on the internet just like that, right? You have to always do your background check. And I think I know people like to shit on like dating apps for this happening. But the thing is, back in my day, when we used to like just text people or just like, okay, this is not my day, this is probably like a generation or two earlier than me, when people used to put like those classified ads about, oh, wanting to find a new a boyfriend, a husband, or whatever shit, right? So people had to go through the same thing, right? Even when you do meet people organically, people will go and like tell lies about themselves, right? Either to make them feel better or to make them appear better to the other person. And this is not limited to the guys, the girls also do this. So like that is where you learn how to not trust people right off the boat, right? So you have to you have to get to know them. You have to really understand them, and that's the whole point of dating, isn't it? Like you are supposed to learn this about people. So whether it affects her judgment on guys, I hope it does, because I hope she would know that, like she would learn that we shouldn't trust anybody just because they say they are who they are.
Give up to Johan. And also like I think also like about like her meeting guys. Today she meet two guys, like one in the morning, another one at night. This is also completely not normal.
Really maximizing the 24 hours.
She did literally. And I think that this is really not normal, but like I think it's also maybe like
Wait. Why is it not normal?
not a good thing, because like you are talking to multiple people. Yes, of course, I understand that like you can talk to more, but also it's like you're not giving yourself time get to know this person, and then like you're straight, just meeting multiple people all at once, and then it's just like you talk to them for like maybe like for 2 hours, and then the next hour you'll be like, oh, let's go out.
I
think it's
mean,
just, like,
but isn't that doing the background? Isn't meeting
Yeah,
them and seeing the
isn't
vibe?
meeting them.
I
Yeah.
mean, like
I
there's no
mean-
like IG, like you didn't give her your IG or like.
I mean, then how would they how would they have met,
straight away meet up? Like you didn't give yourself like a time period.
or like
Really like
before you
get
meet them
to
in
know
real
them.
life?
It's really
Okay.
very suspicious.
Can I just find out that you said that this friend of yours see two, three people a day, and so isn't that like them like going through these people, trying to see whether they are connected or not? At the end of the day, vibes is the thing that is most important, right? Like physical attraction is good, but at the end of the day, you can be the hottest person in the world, but like if you talk like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, like I don't know about you guys, but I'm not into that, right? And what's wrong with meeting somebody and then deciding to meet them again? That is
Right.
part of the. This is the thing. Like I think social media and Hollywood has really destroyed our brains, right? Like the thing is, dating doesn't mean that you are saying yes to that person. You're not getting married. You're not having that or whatever. Right? Dating is literally getting to know the other person. You can date someone for 3-4 years, and then you decide they're a cheater, or they have this stance on human rights, on like having babies and things like that, right? Okay, that's the whole point of dating, isn't it? So what's wrong with like if I go out with this one person and then I realize, hey, I really like this person, I really am into it, and I want to know more about this person, and I want to see them again. So, and whether you are exclusive afterwards or not, that is depending on you. It is something that you try to. That's what you try to figure out, isn't it? So I don't see that as a bad thing, and I think that is the whole point of dating.
She did that before with like I think 2-3 guys. Like she just meet them the second time and go straight to God.
I mean, if they are both, there's no judgment. If they are both consenting adults and they know that what they are doing, and they take the necessary caution, I don't think that that's a bad thing. I mean, it depends on why you, and both of them are honest about it, right? Like they do meet to hook up. That's fine, you know. And I mean, having an active sex life doesn't mean that you are a bad person or you have bad judgment. In fact, a person that is open about having an active sex life, and like just be honest with other people about, hey, you wanna hook up, you wanna have sex, and it's just that, then that's much better than somebody trying to get into your pants, trying to like tell you, oh, they love you and things like that, and they just want to have sex, right? So if you ask me, if second date they go to a hotel versus like a guy who chases you after 3-4 months, and then you finally said yes, and you finally sleep together, and then the next day he goes, you tell me which one is better. As long as it is done honestly. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Yes. Also relate back to that. Yes, this is also about her again. Like she was she was hurt by
Your friend. You really judge your friend, huh?
I'm not judging her, but it's like I'm not judging her, but it's just that I'm just sharing. But like this friend also, she was hurt by that guy. Like the guy chased her for like quite some time. Like
Okay.
maybe
Who said no? The guy said no, or the girl said no?
the girl said no. She didn't want it. She didn't want to have sex with her. Like how would you advise someone who has been hurt and like maybe like should we stop them from doing something stupid or just let them go do something stupid and then like let them think about it?
What is something stupid?
I mean, not stupid, but as in like something that you might regret it like later on. Because I mean, like she's
I
regretting
think
that she did like
I mean you are asking as a friend, right? As a friend to this person, right? I think a good friend is a person who supports the friend. And supporting here doesn't mean that you agree with everything that they do, right? But supporting here you might not agree with what they are doing. And I think it's okay for you to say like, hey, you know what, you sleeping around with all these guys, since I don't agree with it, but if it but you can decide whatever you want to do. And like if you need anything, I'm here for you. Right? If you want somebody you want to like sometimes because you go to this hotel and things like that, right? It can be dangerous, right? Like so if you want somebody to be like your backup, you can tell me that okay, I'm going to this hotel with this guy. If you don't reply me after like 3-4 hours, then I will call the police. That's something like that or whatever. I think that is what a good friend should be, not somebody who in who implies your moral judgment on another person, right? So for you, maybe sleeping around with guys before marriage is not a good thing, right? And that's totally fair. But for others, sex is just sex, right? So just because you guys don't agree on this doesn't mean you cannot be friends, lah.
Mm.
Okay? It's not like we cannot force other people to accept our own view. Yeah. So being a good friend is being supportive, being like, hey, you know what? I'm worried that you might get hurt. But if you think that this is a good thing, if you think that this is what you need to do, I'll support you.
to bring back to
So stop
AI.
judging your friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sure I wasn't judging her, but I'm just concerned.
Okay, so what if you take your story of your friend, right? And then we put it back to like we combine to the main topic, right? Like, do you think your friend could what you call that? Find good like how do you say this?
Like a good partner.
Not a good
I
partner,
feel like
a good use for this AI chatbots.
yes, I mean of course like
You can say and then he can say also,
I think that is because like I mean
will she benefit?
I mean she would benefit because it's 24/7 and then like sometimes at like 4 a.m. she's like really really lonely and no one to talk to. She can like I don't think like I think you can call the AI chatbot.
There is a voice
Yeah,
like
like you can call
thing,
them
I
and then like you ask them for like anything and then like they answer you. But of course like I think most of like the answering from the AI chatbot is mostly just generated, but also it would help her to like soothe her loneliness. So I think it would help her like in some cases. But if she's
I
looking for
disagree. I disagree. I think it wasn't. Because the thing is like this, right? Like, again, during my time, no, we don't have all these things, right? So, like, it's like a lot of people now, because of the internet, because of what we have on hand, all these 24/7, it's not this AI, right? It's all these 24/7 forums, all chats, all these things that people have forgotten how to be comfortable being alone. Right? Being lonely, feeling lonely is, of course, not a good feeling, but it also allows you to self-reflect. It also allows you to like learn from your own point of view and things like that. Like, you don't have to be with someone all the time. You shouldn't be with someone all the time. Despite we being like social creatures, right? Like we do need time for ourselves to kind of like be contented, be um at peace by being with ourselves. So like so if you have this AI boyfriend that you text at 4 a.m., right? So when are you going to not to rely on other people? At the end of the day, we want you to be independent. We, the the thing about relationships is like, I always believe that any type of relationship, friendship, love, or whatever, it's always two independent people who choose to be with each other. Like so, right? They um don't depend on the other person to live. If my boyfriend dies, I will kill myself, kind of thing. Or you complete me. I think you should be a whole person, and your partner should be a whole person. And but you guys choose to be together every single day. I think that is the thing about healthy relationship. So the problem is if you are always relying on an outside thing, it can be it can be even be friends, right? Like a friend who is always enabling you, a family member who is always enabling you, or even AI chatbots and things like that. Um, how are you going to be a full person? How are you going to be independent? How are you going to learn how to sit with your emotions? Learn not to do anything impulsive if you don't do it with your, like, if you don't practice it, you know? So I don't think that having this AI chatbot or would help her with her loneliness, because what will happen every time she feels a bit lonely, or every time she feels like, oh, my friend didn't support me going out with these random guys on the internet, she will go straight away to the AI chatbot. She wouldn't, and the AI chatbot would say like, oh yeah, you did nothing wrong. It was your right. You're an adult. You can choose, right? And be more supportive than that friend. So, but if let's say take this instance, right? Okay, my friend doesn't agree with me going around and sleeping with people, right? And I don't have anybody to turn to kind of like um support my view. Then I will sit down and ask myself, why are they like this? Why are they against me doing this? Am am I the wrong person? Am I the bad guy? Am I the so there's a lot of introspection right now. Not necessarily that I will adopt the idea that, oh, maybe I shouldn't sleep with other guys, right? But it's the introspection that is important. It is looking back into your actions and deciding that whether this is something that you truly believe in, or it is something as a reaction, right? Or maybe I'm sleeping around with another guy because I feel very lonely and I just want somebody next to me, right? So it allows you to be more honest with yourself. It allows you to be more um, deliberate with your action.
You have something to share about your story.
Yeah, I was saying because this is how you mentioned something about someone who's like, oh, straight away chat to like an AI, right? It might be like,
Mm,
okay, it's not a friend story, but it's not like her stuff. It's more like Taylor. It's just like I have like a friend who like really use ChatGPT as like a therapist in a sense, and like if she even does very surprising, but she does tarot card reading with ChatGPT. I was like, okay, that's crazy. I didn't know you can do that. Like,
I did that before.
of course you did.
I think it's accurate technically.
Okay, sure. But yeah, I'm like one of her like really good friends as well. She told me like ranking before. It's like she told me like a ranking, but she put me like number two. I was like, oh, who's number one? I thought like number one is ChatGPT. I was like, then I explained to her, I was like, what do you talk to her about? I was like, oh, I talk about all my problems and everything. I was like, like ChatGPT is like programmed to like agree with everything you say, right? I was like, yeah, I know. I texted you like at 4 a.m. and stuff like that and everything. I was like, interesting. Okay. So I was like, how does like did they say someone who uses ChatGPT or AI chat box, whatever, like how will it affect their, let's say, emotional intelligence or attachment when it comes to like friendships or relationships with other like humans?
okay, so first of all, using Chat GPT or AI as therapies, right? Like I think that defeats the purpose of therapy. There is such therapy called supportive therapy, where we don't challenge the individual, especially in time crisis, right? Because they are emotionally vulnerable, right? So we kind of we don't agree, but with whatever negative thoughts or whatever they are saying, but we kind of allow them to vent, to talk about things, right? But I think let's look at like this, right? Real life
Recording
example just
stopped.
happening. Oh, recording stop.
Sorry.
Should I continue or should I wait for the recording?
Recording in progress.
You can continue. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
No, okay, no worries. So let's take a real life example that just happened 5 minutes ago, all right? So if um if you go to ChatGPT and you say like as a therapist, right? Say like, oh, my friend keep on sleeping with other guys and I keep on talking to them and they don't agree with me. They feel like what like am I wrong in feeling like this? Uh am I not right? She shouldn't sleep with other guys, right? And things like that. And what would AI tell? AI would probably be like it can be two ways, right? It can be like, oh, you should consider that person's whatever background and thoughts about this. Or you can or it will be like, yeah, you're totally right, right? So in the first option, even when it says like that and you challenge it, you're like, but no, she is hurting herself. She will change her view on love and things like that, right? And AI will 180-degree say like, yeah, you're right. Actually, you are right. This will affect her views on love heavily. So that is how an AI knew. And what happens is that you are trapped in that mindset that you're right. Yeah. But whereas when you have human therapists, right, like what I did, I kind of like pointed out, hey, that sounds judgmental. Hey, she is an adult. Hey, this is consensual, you know? And then even if you say like, no, 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 but this will affect their life. Like what I would do as a therapist, I would say, yes, in mind, but the thing is, you're there as a friend. You're supposed to support them, not to judge them, not to punish them for not doing things like the way you want to do it. Like so, in a way, we challenge, we make the other person consider, we build the emotional resilience, and we let them consider that hey, there are other people with different opinions, and that's fine. Yeah. And how will that translate to a relationship? It will be a much healthier relationships that you have with other people because you don't feel that you're always right. Um, you don't feel that people who challenge you are evil or are toxic. You know, you always have somebody else to um, you have a more varied view on the world. So this is the thing that a lot of people um, have it wrong when it comes to therapy. They think that therapists are supposed to just validate you, are just supposed to like kind of say like, "Yay, you're right. I'm your biggest cheerleader," right? But that's not what therapy is. Therapy is about challenging you. Therapy is about changing your perspectives, right? And honestly, that's all what therapy is. It's challenging your perspective and changing learning to see different narratives, right? But to do so is very difficult. You know? Yeah, so a therapist don't agree with you 100% of the time, shouldn't agree with you. If you have a therapist that agree with you 100% of the time, it's time to change your therapist. Yeah.
I think I'll have to put up a time. So a last question to ask you. So I think after all this discussion, so in your final opinion, can AI truly replace human emotion, or will they always
No,
be something? Understandable.
no.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
that's
Yeah,
the answer.
that's a bad answer. Yes. So
I
I
mean,
think
I mean, you, I think AI tools can help in like things like programming, in things like uh, okay, people might get from my kids on this, but I think even in research, it can help by compiling these data and things like that, right? But the thing is, you still have to check on whatever data that they compile, whatever resources that they find, right? So, but of course, then when you use it as a tool, If we close one eye on the environmental application of AI, on the capitalistic capitalization of AI, then okay, then AI as a tool can work, can help you. But for AI to replace human connection, I think that's just a big fat no, you know. Yeah.
So I think that is all the questions from us. But also could you roughly just share like how much does your center charge for like this Dr. Johan you charge for therapy session? Because I think maybe some of us we do need it.
No, honestly, I think everybody needs therapy, and one of the requirement for therapists to work at my place is that they have their own therapists, right?
Uh,
Even if not regular,
can someone,
sorry?
what if your customer, like the person who want to work with you guys also have to have your own therapist? Can you guys be their own therapist? So
No,
oh,
it has to be somewhere there. Yeah,
external.
yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. Even if it's like a regular therapist, right? But at least they have a therapist on hand or they have gone through therapy, then I think that's my requirement for my therapist to work with me.
I wanted to ask
Yeah.
the question after we start recording. It's more like a personal question.
I think I think
Okay.
we're all curious about it.
So, Chengam Specialist Clinic is the first psychiatric center in Sunway Geo. What that means is that while we have doctors like myself, medical doctors like myself, Dr. Chong, and we can prescribe medications, um, but we also all of my therapists in Chengal understands that medication is not the thing that will get rid of your trauma, that will help you cope with life. It's the therapy that will do. But medications can help in the beginning, right? But that doesn't mean that everybody who sees us gets started on medication. We have psychologists, we have an art therapist, we have a life coach, we have different types of therapists in China. Price wise, is of course like a bit different lah. So for psychiatrists, it's around 280 to 300 ringgit for 1 hour session. But for a short session, if you have your own therapist, something like that, you just want medication, a short session after the first session is about 100 ringgit for 15 minutes. Other than that, for our psychologist, if I'm not mistaken, is around 120 ringgit. And for counselors, it depends on the seniority of the counselors. We have a trainee counselor that charges 80 ringgit, and up to like very senior counselor who was a lecturer in multiple universities, Dr. Linda. She charges a bit more expensive, I think 260. Everything can be found on our website. We are very transparent about that. And in May, we are going to get a couple of student counselors. They will be fully supervised by a licensed counselor as well as myself. And for them, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 50 ringgit the per session. Okay. So if you guys want to come, you're welcome to. But like for me, I don't think that my place is the best is the only place to get therapy, right? You can get therapy from anyone, anywhere, right? It's just that you have to know what is a good therapy and what's not good therapies, right? So as long as you get therapy, I'm happy.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Johan, for joining our podcast, Digital Heart. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Alright,
Appreciate
no
you
problem.
taking the time and everything.
Okay, no problem. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Okay,
Have a
bye-bye.
good rest of your day.
Bye. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.